It's flavor blasted extra cheddar. It's like regular cheddar, but extra. Hello. Hi. Greetings. Bonjour. And, hola.
As well as hello.
For our Spanish listeners.
Yes.
We are not discriminating against anybody today.
No, we don't.
We are not quite classic theater. I'm Jake.
And I'm Casey.
And we have a rogue baby in the studio today. So
yes, we do.
If you hear that, don't be alarmed.
Special guest, Chase. He's 8 months old and likes to destroy things and yell for no reason, much like most people we hang out with.
Yeah.
So
he's pretty much just your typical baby, only enhanced with super baby abilities.
Yep.
But this isn't about the baby.
It's true.
This is about brave animals who decided to run away because they felt like it.
Yep. Pretty much no reason behind, no motivation at all behind Homeward Bound, The Incredible Journey.
The new one, newish.
The 1993 blockbuster motion picture.
The remake where they talk. I'm not going to say it's the bad one because the original wasn't that good itself. It's the worst one.
Yeah, I don't know if people know, but it was actually based on a book. Did you know that?
I think I read that book a while ago.
Did you actually
read
it?
When I was in like 4th grade. I don't remember.
Did you really?
It was either that or the movie novelization.
Well, it's like they have the Bible, and then they have the Bible series, and then they have the book based on the Bible series.
I remember seeing that and going, wasn't there already a book about this?
There was already a book. Sorry. So this is I guess technically the remake of the movie based on the book, because the original movie was, I think, back in the 60s. Is that right?
I do not know. I know I saw it, but I don't know what era it was from.
Yeah, I watched it when I was little, and I hated it because the animals didn't talk, and I was used to this version.
We need talking animals, right?
Yeah, I mean, why do you think they have Babe and Babe 2 Pig in the City?
We don't need talking animals so much as we need talking animals that are voiced by Michael J. Fox.
Absolutely.
It makes it like 1,000 times better. I'm being sarcastic. I had respect for Michael J. Fox before this.
Is that thunder?
Is that thunder?
It is a thunder and lightning storm outside, we assume.
It might be. Well, anyway, my main question about this movie, of course, was why Michael J. Fox? Why? How much were they paying you?
I don't, if I were an actor, I would certainly say yes to this movie because it is a winning concept. I mean, you think about it. What is more fun than 3 animals palling around in the wilderness? Very little. Nothing. Nothing is better than that. That's the correct answer.
Michael J. Fox. I don't know. It's just sticking to my side for some reason. I can't accept it. That the star of such classic films as Back to the Future and Doc Holliday would be in this movie. But anyway, he plays a dog named Chance, who is excited to have a new home because apparently he was, abandoned a lot as a puppy.
Yeah, he has a very sad backstory.
Yeah, the movie opens, the way he's narrating it, makes it seem like it's a story about some homeless drifter who has found redemption, but then you find out it's a dog and you go, yeah, no, whatever.
Yeah, I've lost most interest, but I'll keep watching because I already paid to watch it. So They rented it. See, I don't know about you, I rented this movie. I mean, it had to be over 10 or 20 times at Blockbuster when I was growing up throughout the years. Because I just couldn't get enough.
Yeah, I imagine if I'd seen this as a little kid, I probably would have loved it.
Yeah. When was the first time you watched this?
I saw it. I must have been 8 or something.
Okay.
Yeah. I read a lot more movie novelizations than I did watch actual movies because they were cheaper than movie tickets.
Yeah. Well, this is a pretty simple plot to this movie. For the people that haven't seen it, I assume most people have seen this movie. But for the people that haven't seen it, let's just go over it real quick, like in 5 minutes. I don't think we need to do it like a detailed thing, but pretty much this family's moving away. For a couple months, I think, and their kids are just unhealthily obsessed with their pets.
Well, especially the oldest boy, who he's about as attached to that dog as the girl in Air Bud Spikes Back was to her friend. Like his entire mental health depends on this dog. It's.
I think it's just a. I think it's just a thing that when you have a movie where all of your animals are like personified, like made into humans, anthropomorphized,
they become pretty much humans, I guess.
Yeah, it's a thing that the actual humans have to have some serious psychological problems.
Yeah, I wonder how the whole Disney anthropomorphizing animals thing has really affected kids over the years.
All I know is that
animals is more human than they really are.
Yeah, none of these kids seem to have any friends or any life other than their dogs or cats.
I'm guessing they grew up, joined the PETA, and did all those. I don't know, crazy.
I don't know. It's
but
anyway. So yeah, these kids are pretty much like obsessed with their dogs, and their family's moving to the city where they can't have the dogs.
Yeah, they leave the pets at a ranch. And
with a super responsible lady.
Yeah, she leaves them behind for a couple days or something. So they decide, hey, whoa, we got to go home now.
Yeah, pretty much nothing motivates these animals to leave other than Chance being crazy, because he's been to the pound before, he's been abandoned before, and so now he thinks that they've abandoned all of them, even though they specifically said they'd be coming back. They left them with a person that could take care of them. And so they start going crazy and decide that, what do we do?
That's another problem I have. If they had just stayed there, nothing would have happened. And everything would have been fine.
I know, Chase. It's upsetting. I think that's true. I mean, that's true for just about every movie, but it's like, it's especially glaring in this movie. It's like, they didn't need to go.
You're really forcing the plot.
There was really there was nothing that really made them go, other than Chance, being a little bit crazy, and then
the baby's running wild on the floor right now. Excuse him.
Yeah. Chase has lost his mind. The only other thing is that that Shadow's
the older dog that the kids are unhealthily
the older golden retriever Shadow.
I think it's just Airbud in retirement.
Yep.
There's a scene of him playing basketball in the beginning. So
yeah, his stubborn old man nature is pretty much like, well, I gotta go. We gotta go home. We gotta go home. And then Chance is crazy, and then Sassy, who is the only one that actually has a brain, she just goes along with it, I guess.
She is a very outspoken dog racist.
Yep.
You will soon know it.
Yeah. Again, it was a different time, People were raised differently.
Yeah, the carefree days of the 80s were still kind of threading through the early 90s, I guess.
Yep. And so they go on this huge journey, this incredible journey, if you will, to walk home. And pretty much the whole time...
Through mountains and rivers and valleys.
Yep. It's pretty much like a song about America. That's what they're walking through to get home.
Yeah, in real life, 5 minutes into the journey, they turn feral and eat each other.
Yep. Yeah, I was looking for the point where Sassy'd be walking across the field, and then a hawk would just come down and just snatch her up.
The end.
End of the movie. This movie could have ended lots of different ways.
Yeah, like there's a scene where they're crossing a river, the animals are. And the cat goes over a waterfall, and you kind of wonder where the ASPCA was on that one, but they're supposed to be like, hey, well, cat's dead. Wah, wah, wah. Sad music. And then some creepy old guy finds her and nurses her back to health because he's just like picking up dead cats in the wilderness.
Yeah, strange hermit guy. Sassy goes over a waterfall and is laying there seemingly dead. And this guy just walks up to her and just picks her up and like, oh yeah, dead cat, I'm eating dinner tonight. Oh no, she's alive. Oh, I guess I'll nurse her back to health.
I'll go find a dead possum or something to eat instead. I don't know. I'm a senile old guy.
It's true.
Dogs, they think the cat's dead. They go walking around, and then mountain lion shows up, and they fight it off in possibly the most Wile E. Coyote way possible. They catapult it over a cliff.
Yeah, it feels like they should have gotten that catapult from Acme.
Yeah,
like it should have just arrived in a crate by airdrop. It would have
backfired somehow.
Yeah, that was unbelievable at best.
I don't think a dog...
But still very enjoyable, because anytime a cat is thrown or catapulted, Oh, man.
It makes it so meta. Cat uphold. That's where the term came from right there. I'm sorry. That was a pun. That was a bad pun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, by the time... They eventually find this little girl out in the forest.
And, lost little girl.
Yep. Inexplicably lost little girl.
The girl's like, oh, puppy, I'll hug it.
Yep.
No, she's got fleas. I don't know.
And then they're quickly found by the worst search party ever, which apparently searches with 20 people in one group, walking in single file
line down the beaten path.
Just yelling.
Yelling, Molly, or whatever.
And so they bark, and then they rescue them, take them to the dog shelter, at which point the whole family is like, yeah, we're going to go get our dogs. Of course, the dogs escape the dog shelter.
They're stupid, and they're like, well, we got to run away again.
Yep, they run away again for no reason.
And to the tune of obviously stolen Mission Impossible theme.
Yep, which I'm sure they paid to license.
I doubt it.
Probably not, but it's cool.
I don't think the crowd who watched Mission Impossible went, wow, that's a good movie. I'm going to watch Homeward Bound now.
Anyway, eventually, and then the animals walk home, and it's a wonderful time, and everyone's happy. It's great.
And the baby cries.
Hi, baby.
But, on the way home, though, they're crossing railroad tracks to get back to the house. The older dog falls in a pit. And the baby's being loud. The older dog falls in a pit. And we don't see how he gets out of it, because it looks like his leg is broken or something, and he's too old to get out. But then we cut to the house, where inexplicably, the pets are running up to the family one by one. And except the dog who fell in the pit, and the kid's standing there waiting for him. He waits about 30 seconds before he gives up hope, puts a gun in his mouth. Figuratively, about to pull the trigger. But then the dog shows up and runs over the hill, and it's a happy ending. But how did he get out of that pit?
That's the first thing I want to really talk about. We kind of went through the plot, so everybody knows what's going down. Now we have some bones to pick,
some major plot holes to dig up.
That's right, because I'm frightened and upset by this movie.
I am mostly appalled, little bit disgruntled, tiny bit of indigestion.
Me too.
Yeah.
But that could have been the grand
Should not have eaten that Taco Bell a day, but that is beside the point.
Okay, so first major issue, how did Shadow get out of that pit?
My first theory was Nazis were hiding there, got him out. I think Casey's first theory was flying monkey helicopters.
Yeah, airlift.
Yeah.
But we don't know. That's one of those mysteries that will forever be lost.
A black box of... It's like Schrodinger's cat.
Yep.
You put the cat in there with poison and radioactive, something like that. Put the cat in there with like a gun and a radioactive vial. What killed him, we don't know.
Absolutely. That's exactly how that went.
Something like that.
Yes.
I know nothing about psychology or Schrodinger or his cat.
No one knows
or
anything.
Why Schrodinger decided to put a cat in a box and kill it, but we're not going there. The SPCA was probably all over him, too.
The thing is...
They arrested so many people who made this movie, I am guessing.
Actually, you know what? I looked up some of the animal stunts on IMDb.
IMDb.
Like a responsible person. And they actually have a whole list of all of the stunts and how they did them, just, for accountability's sake.
That seems excessively anal retentive.
Well, but you get the hippies. You get the hippies.
Hey, dude, you better not.
You put that cat over a waterfall,
I don't
man.
care how many cameramen died trying to recreate this scene. You will not hurt that cat, man.
It's like it's like zero hippies have ever seen a movie and realized that editing does things.
I'm just waiting for 420, man.
Yeah, it's like, I can't believe they put a cat over the waterfall. It was a fake cat.
It looked pretty realistic, though. Driving
they actually
cat,
did
screaming his head off. Be quiet, baby.
The thing is...
The baby did not respond well to my command to be quiet. I will make silly faces at him until he calms down. He did not find that face silly, I'm sorry. Anyway.
The thing is, this is actually a pretty good movie.
Yeah, well...
I don't know.
For the target audience, I guess.
I thought it was. Kids. I watched this a few months ago and I wasn't that impressed, but this time around, I actually kind of like it. I've always liked this movie.
As much as it bugs me that Michael J. Fox was in it, he was okay. He was okay, I guess.
Best character, though, hands down, was Shadow's voice.
My best character there was a scene where the kid's reporting the lost pets to a police officer, which he's like 13 or something. He should know that's not really high on the list of priorities for police officers.
You know who goes to the police for anything? No one. Just saying.
Yeah. But anyway, during that scene, in the background, there's a cop leading the prisoner down the hall, and he's got these tattoos and a huge mohawk and these giant piercings. I want to know what his story was. Okay, I'd watch a movie about that guy.
That's your favorite character?
That is my favorite character.
There's like 100 characters in this movie, and you pick that guy?
He was the most interesting. I don't think you saw him. I think he left the room when he walked by the screen, but he fascinated me. What can I say?
Here's the other issue that I have with this movie, other than the the mystery that will never be revealed of Shadow escaping.
The mole people helped him out.
The mole people probably did.
Mole people.
It's either that or the Clinton administration.
The Clinton administration and the mole people teamed up in an unholy alliance that was led by Joe Don Baker.
Who's Joe Don Baker?
He's an overweight actor who appeared in a lot of bad B movies as bumbling, idiotic detectives.
Yes, you're probably right.
It was him.
But okay.
Oh, he was also in Walking Tall.
Here's the thing. Why can't the other animals talk?
That was another question I had. This universe apparently has no cohesive rules on this. Like, dogs and cats can talk, but none of the chickens, the turkeys, the mountain lions, none of them.
And you think
talk.
about a mountain lion is just a bigger cat, and I mean they could be smarter too. You know, it's not like there's. I mean, they have bears, they have mountain lions, they have turkeys, porcupines,
chickens, and pigs, and
none of them can talk. Like, okay, this just proves my point that there would be a lot less problems in the world if people just communicate with each other. You know,
not anthropomorphize animals instead.
Yeah, and I mean, they aren't going to have this huge problem of like, you know, getting stuck by a porcupine or, you know, like not knowing that people are going to come back to them on the ranch because they can talk to the horses and that type of stuff. If they just talk, if the animals would just talk to each other, this world would be a better place.
My theory is if we stopped making movies where animals talk in general, we'd be a lot better off. That's just my opinion. Anyway,
it's like,
I don't think humanizing animals really accomplishes.
If you're trying to get home, ask the mountain lion.
Just be like, hey,
he knows the wilderness.
How about, instead of trying to eat us, you tell us how to get home because we're fellow animals, bro.
Why do they talk like an old-time radio announcer?
Because, I don't know why. It could happen to you, or even you. Parents, protect your children from the evils of an anthropomorphized animal.
Here's the other thing I hate, and this goes...
humanity.
This goes back to the shadow pit thing, all right? Totally fine. Like, he's excited to go home. He's the most, I guess, adventurous of all three of them.
He's really stubborn in his dogged determination to get home.
Yeah, and he falls in the pit, and then immediately depressed, I'm too old.
Well,
you just hurt your leg, bro.
Lie down, and wait for death.
Yeah, that was his answer.
By criminy.
Well, I tried once to climb out of this pit since I'm only like a mile from home. But I guess I'll just die here.
Well, all I can hope now is that the director does a jump cut to home where I'm inexplicably saved by flying monkeys.
By the slaughtering rat people.
With helicopters flown by Nazis.
It's true. Or they built a tiny ladder. Or a nice Indian trail with which they could climb out.
Or Chase, as voiced by Michael J. Fox, went to the other movie with Michael J. Fox, stole the DeLorean, went to Homeward Bound, went back in time and prevented that from happening.
You are blowing my mind. I think that is what happened.
In these cases, anything goes, but that, I think, is the most plausible.
Okay, but here's the thing. Why was he so depressed? Like, why can't he, like... I mean, come on.
I think he had a doggy dementia.
Do you really get that upset by just that, like, one little thing? I mean, granted, it was a hard fall, but it's not like you're ready to die. I mean, he, like, sprained his ankle. I mean, I sprained my ankle real bad. And I've rested for a little while, but I'm not like, I'm just never going to do anything again. I'm just going to lay down in the mud and quit.
My brother broke his arm in the silliest way possible. He didn't want to die.
Yeah. unbelievable at best.
You want to hear the story of how my brother broke his arm in the silliest way possible?
Yeah.
You didn't ask about it, but I'm assuming you do. Okay, well, he was, he and my other brothers decided to come up with a sport called log boogieing, where they dance on upturned logs and see how long it takes for them to fall off.
You mean like logs that are like pointed up?
Yes, they stood them up on their side and decided to dance on them. My brother lasted a full 2.5 seconds before he fell off and broke his arm.
Where was this?
It was at my home.
Where were the adults?
They were, I don't know where they were. They were probably somewhere in the vicinity, but you can't control stupid. I'm just saying. Okay, my story's over. You can go back to what you're talking about.
No, that was good. You know,
okay.
It was okay.
I'll come up with the better stories later.
Here's my other.
I may have to invent them.
Here's, I think, my final big problem with this movie that I think really is a commentary on real life. Okay, friendship is important. Companionship is important. You
Babies
don't leave
with musical toys is important.
It's all right, Chase. You're cool.
You're cool, boy.
You don't leave a fallen comrade behind. That's like first rule of war. All right, which they're at. They're war to get home. Anywho,
War of the spirit.
You never leave them behind. And so, okay, so what happened after the monkeys take them out of the pit, or however Shadow got out of the pit?
More people driving time machines.
I just imagine the pets walking along.
Baby, quiet, boy.
I just imagine the pets walking along and then be like, you know what, Shadow, you're a little bit too slow, so I'm just gonna go faster. And so they come staggered. Like, why don't they just wait just like another... Well, it was apparently 30 seconds.
It kills the dramatic effect, though, of them arriving one by one.
But how good of a friend are you if you leave your friend behind and you're just like, yeah, he'll get there. It's cool. He was just depressed to the point of death earlier and sprained his ankle earlier. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to run ahead because I'm a really responsible person. I mean, come on. I would have a serious talk with Chance once they got back and once everybody had turkey and it was fun. Shadow should really have an intervention with Chance. Be like, dude, you left me back there. And we got to sort some stuff out.
I want to bring up one more issue I have with the animals talking. Their mouths never move. Are they doing this telepathically?
Yes.
Okay, and if so, how come they can't talk to, like, the humans? Even though they apparently speak English.
And they don't, and they only under this. I went crazy.
Are they speaking in tongues now?
Yes. Sorry. Don't. You'll offend some of our. You'll offend some of our listeners.
I got stuck. I'm sorry.
What? How come they can only understand some English? Because they understand things like home. They understand things like stay, food, kibble,
but
no underwear.
Say, hey, we're going to be back in 2 weeks. Don't run away or anything.
Yeah. Don't go crazy and go on a cross-country journey and get eaten by predators.
What did he just say? Well, I think he just said they're abandoning us. We gotta go.
Let's go.
Let's get out of here.
We gotta get out of here.
We gotta leave right now.
Yeah,
right now. I don't know.
So I think
we need less talking animal movies. I'm just.
That's the point. That's the point of this whole thing. And Chance learned a lesson at the end.
What was that?
Never listen to Shadow.
I thought the lesson was, don't let old senile dogs fall in the pits and die.
That's the thing. Like, they paint Shadow as, like, this really wise dog. Like, Chance just, like, looks up to him. The whole thing is Shadow's fault.
He's like, oh, we gotta get out of here and go home, even though they're going to be back.
If he's so wise, why didn't he just stay there?
He might be wise, but he's not.
Has this really never, ever happened to this family?
I don't know. I gotta ask, I don't really remember the original Homeward Bound. Was this a remake or a sequel?
Well, this was a remake.
A complete remake?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't know how much it follows the same plot. It probably doesn't.
I don't know. I think in the original, the family moves and the pets accidentally get left behind, and then they go cross-country to find their owner's new house, which makes a little bit more sense.
Yeah, well, they had to 90s-ize this movie, you know?
A little more motivation there, and I think there was a sequel to this one. The new one, set in San Francisco.
Yeah, Homeward Bound 2, Lost in San Francisco.
It's pretty much Home Alone 2. Home Alone.
It's the exact same
Homeward Bound.
movie, just with dogs.
just with dogs.
It's the exact same movie, just with dogs.
Dogs and less Macaulay Culkin.
Correct.
Which I think would benefit a lot of
means
movies.
better acting, actually.
Less Macaulay Culkin would benefit a whole host of movies. Think of how much better It's a Wonderful Life would have been with less Macaulay Culkin. Even though he wasn't in there, you could feel his influence.
I was going to say,
you
what
could
are you
feel
talking
his
about?
influence.
That was like 50 years before he was born.
I know, but he at some point he broke the space-time continuum, and it had like consequences that reached into all cinematography forever. If you could go back in time and eliminate Macaulay Culkin, Terminator style, we would not have had all these terrible 90s movies starring talking dogs. Air Buddies would not have existed, and I think it is a reasonable sacrifice. Don't you think?
We will sacrifice Macaulay Culkin for the good of the
Sacrifice one for many. It's kind of like
standard Star Trek protocol.
Yes, I don't watch Star Trek, but I'm going to
that
go
is from
with
Star
that.
Trek, though.
I don't.
I think that whole thing, the needs of the few outweigh the needs of the many.
So
or no, it's the other way. Whatever.
Actually, here's a new
Doesn't
theory.
matter.
Here's a new theory. Macaulay Culkin, when breaking the space-time continuum, he's just sort of wandering onto the set of Homeward Bound, saw a shadow in the pit, and he's like, "Hey, there's a doggy. Pick him up, take him out." That's
what happened. Macaulay Culkin rescued Shadow from the pit.
I'm not going to rule out time-traveling Nazis. Okay. Which
Well, we should.
would be a cool movie.
No one should.
That would be a cool movie.
I think they already
Time-traveling
made
Nazis.
that.
They did?
Yeah, it was the one where they made the base on the moon.
Oh, I don't.
Do you I forget what that's called. But it
Was it like one of those
bad.
intentionally cheesy movies
I think
by the
so.
guys who make Sharknado and stuff?
I don't know if it was by them. It actually looks really
Silent?
well done. But I don't know.
Time traveling. I have to watch that now.
Yeah.
I have to watch it.
Anyway, Homeward Bound: The Incredible Journey. How many sprained shadow bones covered in mud out of 10 would you give this?
As a kids movie, I'd give it a 7. It would keep a kid entertained for a while, but as a movie, I would show to someone who loves movies and wants to be entertained with the highest caliber of entertainment, I would give it a don't watch.
I don't watch.
A don't watch.
At all.
Go rent Back to the Future, a much better Michael J. Fox film. And maybe rent Back to the Future 2, because that one's cool too. Part 3 wasn't quite as good, but I could still dig it. It was okay. Just, I don't know, something about Back to the Future Part 3. A little bit of...
Well, at least we can take some rest in the fact that Chance learned his lesson.
What lesson? I
don't know.
His lesson was
that movie wasn't accurate.
His lesson was to steal a time machine and kill Macaulay Culkin so none of this happens.
Yep, that's the point of... That should be the thing on IMDb, just the little description for the movie. Macaulay Culkin travels through time to rescue a depressed dog, in the bottom of a pit in the middle of a train yard.
And then he comes back to present
Starring
day.
Michael J. Fox.
And makes all the tabloids with headlines that he's now a druggie or something. See,
Yep.
we benefit Macaulay Culkin too if we just eliminated him. I have no idea how I got off on this tangent.
Do you have anything else?
Let me check. I was gonna give them The Secret to Eternal Life, but we can save that.
We'll do that next year.
We can save that. What about The Answer to String Theory?
Isn't it 4? I thought it was 4.
Well, I have in my notes here. It's actually Blue Cheese.
Oh,
Yeah,
all right.
I think 4 was a possible answer, but they debunked that back in '52.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because of dinosaurs.
Was it dinosaurs?
Well, it was a type of dinosaur.
Okay,
I think.
I wasn't paying attention in history class. I missed it.
I wasn't either.
Yeah, I was in the back playing video games on my PlayStation, which I had actually lugged to school and plugged in, and nobody noticed because I was really secretive about it. Yeah.
Did you really do that?
No, I did not.
That would have been awesome.
It's mostly comic books, actually. They're a lot easier to hide. Yeah. Oh, we do have... No, never mind. No.
Well,
no.
thank you for...
No, that got blackballed. We can't do that now. FBI, they had a...
Well, I'd like to thank our
problem with
listeners for wasting a good 30
Yeah, we
minutes
gotta-
or so of their
that.
life.
They're not going to allow us to say this one.
Probably
Probably
not.
in trouble already.
Probably.
I think
Somebody's going to swat us. That's what I'm thinking is happening.
Oh, there is a black van parked across the street right now.
Cool. Well, until next time.
I'm Jake.
And I'm Casey.
And if you have a movie you want us to review besides Space Jam, or another Air Bud movie, or pretty much any Talking Dog movie, I'm kind of done with that.
Yeah, we should not do any dog-related movies for a while.
For our sanity. If you have any movie other than the ones I listed that you want us to review, hit us up on our Twitter account, NQCT Podcast on Twitter. I think that's about it.
Yeah. Thank you for listening. And Chase, do you have anything else to say?
Chase, please impart upon us your baby wisdom. Come on, say something. Say something. What? He's a very quiet baby now. Where was the silence during the podcast, baby? Where was this silence? The baby has betrayed us. Where was the silence? Where was it? I don't know either. I don't know. What was that? What? Oh, that's who killed Abraham Lincoln? Wow. All this time I thought JFK was the one. Okay, well, I guess I was proven wrong. See you next time. Watch out for time-traveling Nazis.